Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Cyber Reviews. And I've been using the iPhone X for quite a while now, like 2 years. But I've had the iPhone 11 for about 2 months now, and I haven't really felt the need to, upgrade to the iPhone 11. And is it really an upgrade if I move from the iPhone X to the iPhone 11? Well, let's find out.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Alright guys, so like I said, I've been using the iPhone X for quite some time, and this phone was a huge leap over the previous version, which was the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus. Okay, this phone is enabled for wireless charging, comes with 3 gigs RAM, really good fast processor, dual cameras, excellent portrait mode, 3D Force Touch, so many awesome features. Now, because Apple makes both the hardware and the software, you kind of have the same software experience for the iPhone 11 as you have on the iPhone X, even on the iPhone 7. In fact, any kind of iPhone which is still updated to like iOS 13.3, you still have the same software experience. So unlike Android devices where moving from one generation to the next, you can see a noticeable change, maybe in icons and the overall UI experience, in performance, in apps and compatible apps and stuff. With iPhones, there's really not much of an incentive to upgrade from one to the other. So for example, last year I skipped the iPhone XS Max and the XS series completely because I didn't see any drastic improvements from the X to the XS or XS Max. And so at least this year I've been tempted because the cameras on the iPhone 11 I've heard are really awesome, especially considering that it comes with night mode and an ultra wide camera. It's something I've always wanted in an iPhone. So that might be the real reason why I want to put my SIM in there. And of course, to also review it and let you know if it's worth upgrading from the iPhone X or downgrading from the iPhone X to the iPhone 11, or perhaps you're using like an iPhone 5, 6s, whatever, and you are considering buying a new phone. Should you go for the iPhone X, which sells for about $500 now, or should you go for the iPhone 11, which sells for $700 starting price? So now let's do a like for like comparison. The iPhone X is a really good phone. Like I said in my initial statement, I've been using it for about 2 years and it hasn't really failed me, apart from in 2 ways that I'll get to later in the video. Okay, so like it has almost everything that you need. It has fast charging, which in typical Apple fashion, they didn't add the fast charger. You need to buy it separately, okay, the fast charging adapter. But then it's also enabled for wireless charging. And it has this beautiful OLED display which moves all the way to the bottom of the screen. Of course, it has the notch, but the iPhone 11, iPhone XS, they all have the notch. We're waiting for the iPhone which will come without the notch. And it has this very beautiful OLED display. The panel is made by Samsung, so you get really vibrant, saturated colors and all that. So let's see the main differences between the iPhone X and the iPhone 11. The two phones are water resistant, but the iPhone X is IP67 rated. That means up to a depth of 1 meter, it can be in water for about 30 minutes and it wouldn't spoil. I need to test it to confirm it, but the iPhone 11 is IP68 rated. That means it can go an additional depth of 1 meter. So for a depth of 2 meters, up to 30 minutes in water submerged, this thing should still work. So when you're moving about in the rain, you don't have any problem at all. These things, we need to test them. So if you want me to drop these phones in water and see if it works after 30 minutes, let me know in the comments below. Now, the iPhone X has a 5.8 inches display, whilst the iPhone 11 has a 6.1 inches display. The display of the iPhone X is far better than that of the iPhone 11 because, like I earlier said, it has an OLED display, whilst the iPhone 11 has an LCD display. But if you're not putting it side to side, you might not notice much of a difference. However, when you put them side to side or side by side, you might notice that the iPhone X is more, not vibrant per se, but like brighter. The colors pop out more. It's brighter. Like I'm using the same wallpapers on both, and you can see that the iPhone X's wallpaper is way brighter than that of the iPhone 11. Now, in terms of design, the iPhone X and the iPhone 11 are very similar. In fact, you could be sold an iPhone X for an iPhone 11 if you don't know what to look out for. Okay, however, the iPhone X comes with stainless steel edges, whilst the iPhone 11 comes with aluminum edges. So that of the iPhone X is more expensive and more durable than that of the iPhone 11, and that's why I'm not too sure if it's an upgrade or a downgrade if I'm moving from the iPhone X to the iPhone 11. You would also notice that the display of the iPhone X extends way down to the bottom of the screen and even to the sides of the screen. Okay, but that of the iPhone 11 has thicker bezels than the iPhone X. Now let's talk about the cameras, and this is where the iPhone 11 has a clear advantage over the iPhone X. They both have two cameras at the back, one camera in front, but the iPhone 11's camera comes with 12 megapixels wide camera sensor and then a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. Like, I've been waiting for this ultra wide forever. Like, Android phones, which cost like $100, have ultra wide. So it's been a while. Everybody has been making a lot of noise and we've been waiting for it, and finally Apple has delivered. And oh my god, what a powerful ultra wide camera it is. You know, mostly when you are switching from the normal camera or even the telephoto camera to the ultra wide, and you take pictures with the ultra wide of most phones, it could be a Samsung phone, it could be a Huawei phone, any kind of phone, you notice that the ultra wide pictures really lack in quality, okay, and clarity and detail. But that of the iPhone 11, at least so far what I've seen, it's excellent. It's top notch. You don't notice much of a difference between the wide, ultra wide, and even the telephoto if the phone is enabled for telephoto. So that's like the iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Plus, the iPhone 11 comes with night mode. So like, I took these pictures in the dark, like lights out completely, no flash, and as you can see, it looks like the thing was taken in broad daylight. Really excellent pictures taken out of this device, and with the flash it's even brighter. And now let's look at the price. Like I said, the iPhone 11 base model 64 gig sells at $699, so that's $700, but you can get an iPhone X for base model about $500. You can expand to about 256 gigs of storage for about $700. So then it's a personal choice that you need to make, okay, because the iPhone X has many better features than the iPhone 11. That's in terms of the display, in terms of the screen to body ratio, and the price as well. But on the other hand, the iPhone 11 has way better camera, an inferior display, and it has the latest Apple processor. But like I said, both of them have the same OS version, and that means you don't notice much in terms of software experience. In fact, the iPhone X also has Force 3D Touch. That's this feature that you can long press or hard press on certain elements on the screen, and it has this nice feel, like it's like some friction or resistance when you press it, and it's really amazing when you experience it. But you notice that the experience is not the same on the iPhone 11.